Hello everyone, good morning. This is Manish Patel from Grace International. Um, Today is the fourth day of the Grace International Virtual Education Fair 2020. We have three events scheduled for today, and this is the first one. As we all know, I've been talking to representatives of education institutions in Australia regarding courses fee and getting updates, and also about the impact of COVID-19. Today we'll be talking to representative of James Cook University, Brisbane, which is the second oldest university in Queensland, and it follows a trimester system. It is well known for its academic and research excellence, and it provides courses in accounting, business, education, hospitality, and tourism, as well as information technology. We have with us today Aparna Bam, the marketing manager for South Asia. Welcome,
Good,
Aparna.
very
How are
well,
you?
Manish. Thank you so much. How are you doing?
We're doing very good, all of us here. If it was not COVID, it's the rain that's keeping us inside. So it couldn't have been a better time to organize this fair, since we are all inside and we have to do it online. So yeah, the stage is yours. Please go ahead.
Great. Firstly, I would like to thank Grace International for organizing this amazing session for all the institutions and giving a platform to interact with the students, which in the current times has become so difficult. So I'm sure students have a lot of questions, in these uncertain times, and they want to know where their, overseas education journey is going to take them. So I have a small presentation with me today, which I would like to go through. So it's going to take about 15 to 20 minutes to run through the information, which will essentially cover points such as something more to know about James Cook University, our ranking and recognition scholarship program, the courses that we have available with us, and the next available intake and the processes to follow. After the presentation, I'll be more than happy to take any questions that comes from any one of you. So feel free to ask as many questions as you want, because Grace has given us this opportunity to interact one-on-one. So I would like you to take maximum advantage of this session and, get all your questions answered. And a big thank you to all of you for, coming in the morning, joining us online and attending the session. So just bear with me for a couple of seconds whilst I share my screen with you. So as I
When
talk, you
you're
can
doing that,
actually...
I'd like to request all the participants, whoever has a query, please type in the chat box, and we'll address to it whenever we can, even during the presentation or even after, whenever it's convenient. Thank you, Aparna. Please go ahead.
Sure. Okay, so I hope all of you are able to see my screen, Manish. I hope the screen share is visible. Great.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get started. So James Cook University is a public funded university in Australia. We are the second oldest university in the state of Queensland. Manish has already mentioned that. So what's special about James Cook University? Well, James Cook University is a multi-campus university. So we have campuses in Cairns, Townsville, Singapore, Brisbane. So it's a multi-campus university, and each campus has something very unique to offer you. So today we are going to specifically talk about Brisbane campus, where I belong to. So I take care of recruitment for Brisbane campus. So just a short introduction about myself. So I'm Aparna Bam, Marketing Manager, South Asia for JCU Brisbane campus. I take care of South Asia region for the university. So let's see what we have in today's presentation. So firstly, we are going to look at why choose JCUB. So we're going to look at some unique aspects. So firstly, we are going to touch base on the ranking and recognition of the university overall. The scholarships that we have available for November intake, which amounts to 25% of the total tuition fee cost, employment opportunities and services coming in through job links, the destination and the location itself, that is Brisbane City, and last but not the least, the student focused services. So coming to the first part, that is the ranking and recognition of the university. So James Cook University is rated in one of the top 3 universities in Australia when it comes to employer satisfaction. So a survey done by Quilt shows that JCU graduates are one of the preferred graduates in the industry. We are in top 3 university graduates in the country, which means that the quality of the graduates, the quality of the program, and the essential skills that the students develop when they are studying with us really takes them a long way in their professional journey. Next, for master students, well, where are we? We are #1 university in the state of Queensland for two things. A, for full-time employment, which is obviously very, very important for students completing their master's program, and also 5 stars for starting salary. So you can see this is the Good University Guide Rating 2020. So this is the most recent rating that has come out, wherein for our postgraduate students, we are at the top of the state rankings when it comes to full-time employment as well as starting salary. Not forgetting our undergraduate students, so students completing the bachelor's program at the university, we have again maintained a 5-star rating for job success for 9 consecutive years. So this is not just 1 or 2 years that we have maintained this rating, but for 9 years consecutively in a row, we've got this rating maintained at the university. So again, for graduate students, they can look at a promising future when they study at James Cook University. Also to add here, this 5-star rating for 9 consecutive years is again one of the best in the state, and only 3 universities in Australia again have this rating maintained. So again, that's a feather in our cap. And now I'm sure most of you would be waiting to know about the scholarships. So we are going to straight in dive there. So JCU Brisbane scholarship. So for November intake, which is the next upcoming intake for the university, there is an announcement of scholarship for 25%. And what is the criteria? You will be able to see the criteria on the screen. For undergraduate students, the 25% scholarship amounts to $22,800. That's on the total cost of the program fees. And for this, if you are an undergraduate student looking to study Bachelor of Business, then you're going to need to procure a 70% in your year 12 or a 3.0 CGPA. Have that, then you're going to qualify for a $2,800 scholarship, which is basically 25% of total tuition cost. If in A-levels, again, you need to maintain an equivalent of 70%. If you're going in for a Bachelor of IT program, then you need to have a 72.5% or a 3.3 CGPA to qualify for again, $22,800 scholarship value. And A-level equivalent would be again 72.5%. So for undergraduate students, the scholarship amount is $22,800, which will be deducted right from the very first term of study. So every term of study that you undertake at JCU Brisbane, you will get a 25% scholarship off. So that's going to help you with your finances when you're studying with us. Now for students coming and studying with us a master's degree. So again, there is a 25% scholarship for master's student as well. So what you need, you only need a 50% in your bachelor's program, whether you're studying from a local university in Nepal or you're studying at an international university delivering their programs in Nepal, you're going to need a 50%. And that would basically, translate into $16,360 for all courses except Masters of IT program. If you're studying a Masters of IT program, you're going to get a $16,140 scholarship. So that's our scholarship program for November intake, so November 2020. For 2021, the scholarships will be again, announced shortly. So do keep in touch with Grace International team and they will keep you up to date with the latest scholarship information. Now going next, we have JobLinks. JobLinks is our employment services center on the campus. So what really is JobLinks is primarily a privately owned recruitment agency based on our campus in Brisbane. So the advantage that we have for students is that we have professional guidance right on the campus, especially when students are looking for part-time jobs, full-time jobs, or even internships. So they get a full 360-degree support available right on the campus when they come to JobLinks. And what's best, there is no cost involved. So students can actually avail all the services from JobLinks absolutely free of cost. So There is no consultation charge for JCU Brisbane campus students. In fact, Joblinks organizes a lot of free training, testing, certification courses, which enhances the student's skill set, and in turn, it leads to their employment opportunities in the country. So included the website over there, joblinks.com. So you do get time, please go on the website, have a look, read through the testimonials of students, find out more about what Joblinks does, because that's a unique advantage that students have when they study with us on JCU Brisbane campus. Next, we are going to talk about the study location, that's Brisbane. So Brisbane is the third largest city in Australia, capital to the state of Queensland. And where are we located in the city? Well, we are right in the heart of the city. So centrally located, which means like, the access is very easy. Now, a little bit about Brisbane. So Brisbane, I would call it as a medium-paced city for students who are looking at experiencing the big city life in Australia. They would find all of that in Brisbane. At the same time, they can keep their costs low. So Queensland has one of the lowest cost of living in comparison to the other capital, in comparison to the other Australian states. So on an average, students spend around $250 a week. And this $250 a week is basically taking care of their food, their travel, their rent, or any other miscellaneous cost. Well, when a student is working in Australia, they can earn anywhere around $300 to $400 a week, which means that students can essentially, take care of their living expenses. Of course, it's not going to happen that, you come to Australia and the next week you start working. It does take time to settle down. So make sure that, you're aware about all the aspects before you proceed. In terms of what kind of city is Brisbane, Brisbane, again, friendly community. It's a safe and welcoming city. Again, 30% of Brisbane's population is born overseas. So there is a good international mix. So I'm sure when you come to Brisbane, you're totally going to love it, because once a student comes to Brisbane, they really don't like it, any other part of the country. So again, in terms of weather, again, it gives you the perfect balance. It's never too hot, never too cold. So again, in terms of weather conditions, it's quite conducive to international students. So I know in Nepal, you're all very used to, being in cold, weather conditions. But here, like, your cold is going to be about, let's say, 17 degrees or 16 degrees. So it's quite comfortable, in fact. So these are a few factors for you to consider if you're looking at coming to Brisbane. So it has all the support that international students need in order to make their study journey a pleasant one. And now, last but not the least, are student-focused services. So, well, every activity that we undertake, students are at the core of these activities. So what is it that we do which enhances the students' experience at JCU Brisbane campus? So, well, to begin with, we have small class sizes. So when I say small class sizes, on an average, our class size is about 50 students. Now, if you feel that 50 students is not a small class size, then just to let you know, in most Australian universities, the lecture size is actually 150 students plus. So which means it's really difficult for students to get that one-on-one with their professors. So when we have 50 students seated in a class, they actually have a higher interaction with their teaching faculty. Student can raise hand, they can ask questions, they can have one-on-one with the professors during the lectures, after the lectures. So the interaction with the professors is actually quite necessary for students, especially for them to embark on their successful academic as well as professional journey. So they do get that one-on-one attention, they get that consultation with their professors, which is what the student is actually investing in their higher education for. So with the small class size, we ensure that the students are a very close connect with their teaching faculty. Next, we're going to talk about the student mentor program. So, well, when you first arrive into Australia, we know that, there are going to be a lot of questions on your mind, and you would be looking at someone, somebody, who you can trust, who can guide you through. So this is where our student mentor program comes in. So the student mentor program is essentially a program. It's basically a voluntary program by our senior students. So our students in their second or third year of their bachelor's or master's degree would actually step in and help out the new students coming on the campus. So they would help you out, guide you around and, basically let you experience the most of the campus life. So you're not alone when you come to us. You have somebody who is experienced, who has been there, done that, and who can hold your hand through the initial settlement period. And coming to the learning advisors, well, I would say they are pretty much, like the backbone support of, for all our students, because they do probably the most important job. So they are there, especially for international students coming into, kind of adjusting to the Australian education system. So they are the ones who would help you out. So they would, sit with you. They would give you practical advice, tips to, enhance your learning experience. Most of the students, they've never done their reports or they've never done projects before. So these are certain things that, students would need support or, they would need advice on. And that's exactly what the learning advisors would do. They would explain you what is expected out of them, when they're writing an assignment or when they're doing their projects, how to, keep up to the standards, what are the easy ways, practical ways of dealing with academic issues or challenges that international students face in the first few months of their arrival. Because of course, the education system is very different from what the students would have experienced in their home countries. So this is something, again, wherein, we do hand-holding of students. We understand that, it's not easy. And we, through this learning advisors services, we try and make it easy for you to settle down. So that's about our student-focused services, ensuring that our students are looked after and they get a complete understanding and experience of their study life on JCU Brisbane campus. So with this, I'm going to go to the line of courses that we have on offer on Brisbane campus. So Manish has already mentioned the courses that we have available. So I'm just going to quickly go through these. So we have courses offered in areas such as accounting, business, education, which is currently offered for postgraduate level, hospitality and tourism management, as well as information technology. So I'm going to give you a glimpse of these programs. So for undergraduate students, we have a Bachelor of Business, wherein students can study single or double majors. So what kind of majors are available? So we have majors in areas such as hospitality and tourism management. We have international business, management, and business intelligence and information systems. So you can choose to take one, or you can complement one major with the other. So you can take double majors as well. So if you choose to take double majors, the cost and the duration of your program will remain the same. So it's completely your advantage if you want to take a double majors degree. Then for students who are inclined towards information technology, we have a Bachelor of IT with a computer science and networking minor. Then we also offer a Bachelor of Commerce in accounting, which is again something which is quite popular with international students. And last but not the least, Bachelor of Tourism, Hospitality and Events. So I'm going to quickly tell you about the structure of the program. So all our bachelor's degrees, they comprise of 24 subjects. So you will be studying 24 subjects in total. Okay. And these 24 subjects are going to get divided in 8 terms. Now on Brisbane campus, we follow trimester system. Trimester means in a year, rather than studying 2 semesters, you'll be actually studying 3 terms. Each term will be roughly around 4 months in duration, and in each term, you'll be studying 3 subjects. So your classes are going to be 3 days in a week. So it's not that the rest of the time you have available for other activities, but you can actually utilize this time to read up, complete your assignments, go to the library, do your, make your notes, or you can go for voluntary experience. So, you can take part-time jobs. So it's a little balanced approach that we have available with the trimester pattern. So 3 subjects every trimester and 8 trimesters in total. So year 1 of your bachelor's program, you will do 3 terms. Year 2, again, you will do 3 terms. So that is 3 plus 3, 6 terms. And last year, you will study only 2 terms. So the Advantage is that you will be actually finishing the program in 2.5 years. So the exact duration will be actually 32 months. So the bachelor's program is 32 months. You save 4 months of your bachelor's degree, which means 4 months you are ahead of your other university counterparts into the employment sector, which again is an advantage. The cost of the program is $30,400 per year, and intakes are March, July, and November. So for 2020, we have one more intake, and that's November 2020. So any one of you who is interested, you can already get in touch with the Grace International team, and they will be able to help you out with the applications. Now, coming to the postgraduate program, so master's degree, we have single degrees and we have dual degrees. So single degrees, we cover courses such as MBA leadership program. We have the Masters of IT program with business informatics as a major. We have Masters of IT program with computing and networking as a major. We offer a Masters of Professional Accounting and a Masters of International Tourism and Hospitality Management. So all these 5 courses, students may not have a relevant background. So even if you are from an IT background and if you want to go for the management degree, that is MBA leadership, you can apply. Okay, so no prerequisite or no relevant bachelor's degree is necessary for you to apply for the single degree programs. All the single degree programs are 16 subjects in total. That's the master's degree. They are divided in, again, trimesters. So you will do 6 terms. So year 1, you will do 3 terms, and year 2, you will do 3 terms. Again, every term will be 3 subjects each. The total duration of the program is 2 years. So 2 years, 6 terms, 16 subjects is your program. The cost of the program is $32,720 for all the masters except IT. IT is $32,200 per annum. Again, intakes are the same, March, July, and November. So essentially, all the programs are offered in all the 3 intakes. So because we have a trimester pattern, we have the 3 intake option, and all the courses are being offered, whether undergraduate or postgraduate, in all the 3 intakes. Now we are going to take a look at the dual degree courses. Now the dual degree courses are essentially ideal for students who come with a relevant background. So if somebody wants to, kind of advance their, IT skills, for example, with an IT degree and wants to also complement it with management, then they would actually have an advantage with a course like an MIT MBA, which is one of our dual degree courses. So we have MIT MBA, we have Masters of Professional Accounting with MBA, we have Hospitality and Tourism Management with MBA, and we also have Master of Education with MBA. So these are our dual degree programs, and what's best, if you look at the structure, it remains the same. It's still a 16 subject, 2 years full-time program, 6 trimesters. So whether you study a single degree or you study a dual degree, the duration of your program remains the same. The number of subjects that you study remain the same, and also the tuition fee remains the same. So it's completely your advantage to go and study a dual degree program and have the management blend, which can definitely help you out with your future job prospects. Again, all the 3 intakes are available and open for the dual degree courses as well. So if you have a relevant qualification and if you want to complement it with management, you can definitely have a look at our dual degree courses. So that's our dual degree master's program. And a quick look at our English entry requirements. So if you're applying for any of our master's program, then you need an IELTS score of 6.5 with no subscore below 6, which means in the 4 elements of the test, listening, reading, speaking, you need to score 6 in each, and overall your score should be 6.5. If you're taking a PTE test, then you need a 58 overall score with no subscore below 54. If you're taking a TOEFL test, then you need an 86 with no subscore below 21. If you're going for a bachelor's program, then you're going to need 6 bands overall with 6 in each. If you're taking PTE, then the criteria will be 52 overall with 52 in each. And if you're going to take TOEFL, then it's 74 overall with 18 each. So that's the English entry requirement. And well, what do we have next? So those are the contact details. So I'm going to be happy now to answer any questions that any one of you has. I'll continue the screen share for a couple of minutes till the time you make a note of our contact details. Do remember, for your application process for queries with regards to the visa, you have Grace International team. They are all JCUB champs. They know the courses, they know the entry requirements in and out. So do consult them if you have any queries with regards to the admission criteria or with regards to the visa process. If your query is about the courses, about the universities, I'll be more than happy to answer them now, or you can feel free to also drop me an email with your queries. So
Well, thank you, Aparna. We're going live on Facebook as well with this session, and I have a question from there. Tulsi Karel asks, is it really possible to apply for November intake?
Well, admissions are open. November intake is pretty much happening now, depending on how the pandemic situation goes. The intake will either be on campus if the borders open and if the international students are able to travel. Otherwise, there will be an online delivery available for all the courses.
Okay. So this is one common question I'm asking everyone. It's relating to COVID-19. How were the students studying at JCUB affected by it, and what measures were taken to ensure that the effects were at a minimum?
Yes, so I think very valid question. I think in times like this, everybody wants to know, how students are being supported. So the students who were studying with us when the pandemic hit around, March earlier this year, all our students who were on campus, they were actually, moved to online delivery, which actually happened pretty seamless. So there wasn't any problem or any issues that, students actually had to face, because we did not want to compromise on their safety, and, we offered them the online mode. So the online mode actually meant that the students were simply, tuning into their lectures live from the comfort and safety of their home. So they were given access to recorded lectures as well. However, they were essentially attending live lectures. So when I say live lectures, they were able to ask questions, they were able to stop a lecturer, clarify their doubts, just like how you would sit in a classroom, you would have an interaction with your professor. Exactly the same kind of experience was what our students had. So that was essentially how, the classes were conducted on campus. Now, starting this week, now since, keeping all the safety and social distancing norms in practice, we have slowly, brought our students back to the campus. So now for July session, the students who are onshore, they are actually able to come on the campus and start their sessions as regular. So of course, there was a challenging time then, but the online delivery is what came to aid, and students didn't really have to compromise on their studies, or, we made sure that, the studies were not affected. Any students who had...
So what is the situation like right now regarding COVID in Brisbane?
Brisbane, luckily, there haven't been too many cases. And again, like wherever, we have students facing any issues, they are able to reach out to us, and we are able to guide them and, give them information on. So for students who are on campus, they are, in close contact with our team over there. And, from time to time, we are also issuing them safety guidelines, things that, they need to be aware about and prepared for.
Okay. I also wanted to ask you about the postgrad scholarship. The requirement for which you said is minimum of 50%. Does that mean anyone with below 50% overall percentage can apply for a master's course at JCUB?
Well, from Nepal University, since the three universities in Nepal, that is, Pokhara University, Tribhuvan University, these are all categorized as Section 1 universities. Okay. As per the admissions guideline, we need the students to have successfully completed their bachelor's degree in order to get an entry. Okay. And in order to qualify for the scholarship, they need a minimum 50%.
So that still doesn't answer my question. So, like, is there a benchmark for the requirement for prerequisite for the course? Is it 45%?
It's just a success. It's a successful completion of a bachelor's degree, Manish. So the percentage criteria is not something that we would really look at. If they've
Mhm.
successfully completed their bachelor's degree, then that's what will be considered for entry.
Okay, no problems. Since majority of our audience is Nepalese students, so have you found any specific issues related to Nepalese students studying at JCUB?
Sorry, would you repeat that question again, Manish?
Have you found any specific issue concerning Nepalese students studying at JCUB?
Not really, actually, Manish. So most of the students coming in from Nepal, sometimes they have a challenge with their 3 years degree. So their 3 years degree is not considered as equivalent to an Australian bachelor's. So for those students, we already have a postgraduate qualifying program in place. So all that they need to do is, if their degree does not does not equate to an Australian bachelor's, then they can take up the PQP program, which is just for one trimester. So that's 4 months, 4 subjects, and from there they can transition into the master's courses. So PQP program is available for all the courses, all the master's courses that we have available at JCUB.
So last time I remember while working on an application that 3 offers were stopped being released. I mean, you could have PQP and a master's course, but not with EAP.
Yeah. So
is it still in place?
yeah. So it's because of the visa issues and challenges around having multiple COEs that can hamper a student's visa prospects. So what we recommend students is that it's best that they try and at least meet the English requirement, so that they are comfortable when they are studying. Plus it also allows them to reduce their cost, which otherwise they would have to invest in an English program followed by a PQP followed by the main degree. So again, for PQP courses, students can come in with 6 bands overall, with 6 in each. So there has been a revision in the entry criteria. Earlier, it was the same as the master's criteria. So I'm sure now most of the students wouldn't have to really take the English program.
Okay. So can we still do English plus masters? For those
English plus direct masters is fine, but English plus PQP plus masters is something that we wouldn't encourage students to take on.
Okay. So I just have one query in Zoom at the moment. Dinesh Jamkharka asks, I want to come to Australia for my further study. I completed my 10 plus 2 in 2018. I have 48% in my 10 plus 2. I'm currently studying Bachelor's of Business over here. Can I apply for BCom Accounting at JCUB?
Okay, so looks like you're already doing your bachelor's program in Nepal. So since your 10 plus 2 percentage was pretty low, it does not meet our bachelor's requirement at the JCUB programs, and you're pretty much halfway through your bachelor's degree in Nepal. You've already invested that time. So I would recommend you to complete your bachelor's program in Nepal and come to Australia for your master's studies. I think that will be the best that I can advise you.
Well, it was a pleasure having you, Aparna. Thank you for all the information. Any last words to motivate students to choose JCUB?
Well, all that I'm going to really tell everyone is that it's tough times for everyone, and all of us like we are all champions in ourselves. So we're all putting up this brave fight against the pandemic. So continue doing that. Keep your study abroad dream alive. Keep doing something. I know it's difficult, but try to take up some online courses, try and learn some life skill. Use this time for something that will come to your use for a longer for your future. So just keep yourself motivated more than anything, and keep yourself safe, take care of yourself, and remember, keep your study abroad dream alive. It's not the end, it's just the beginning. It's just a tough time, but we'll get through the end as well. So just be there.
Well, it was a pleasure, Aparna. Thank you very much for joining us today. We hope to talk to you soon with some applications, obviously. You have a good day. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much, Mani. Thank you so much to Grace International for organizing the session. Take care. Bye.
Take care. Bye.